You ever be sitting down making a Fursona, not knowing what colours you're going to put on it? Well, now you don't need to. Introducing the thing that might not destroy humanity, ChatGPT. Today we have one simple goal, to find out what monstrosities of a Fursona this can make. So let's start at the wheel. I will hold in all my model bases. We're not going to use it, because it sucks. Instead we shall be using these three models, all are linked below. How does this all work, you might be asking? I have no clue. Is what I'm still going to say afterwards because I still don't know how this thing works. Don't get me wrong, write in prompt, get idea back, but at the start we just kept getting the basic animal.
Great choice. Here's a suggestion for your buddy's Fursona. Alright. White fur with pink accents on the... Wait, is that just a bunny? It's just gone right. You want a Fursona? Here's a bunny.
So one interesting thing about ChatGPT is it already knows all the species, at least the ones that we're using today. So sorry if it doesn't have your falcon, dragon, and wolf private species. And this brings us to the Wikibeast. Wikibeasts have a really interesting lore. I didn't read it. I just think they're super cute. I can just squish you and cut. Ember is our first actually nice sounding Fursona. The standards were low. After rip-off Judy Hopps and femboys are too graphic to describe characters. By the way, yes, ChatGPT won't give you your femboy Hooters avatar. Sorry. Ember is described as an almost fire-like Fursona with deep burgundy mixed with cream with swirling gold patterns. But wait, there's more. This character has lore, more than any character that I've ever made. She can be stubborn at times, but is always loyal to her friends and family. She loves nothing more than a good adventure. Hold up.
Do they? Yippee! What is a dash of whimsy?
Sure is. You should know it's your law.
Okay, I've decided Blink still doesn't have lore. Next up is our Fennec Fox, chosen by Star. Fennec Foxes are just cute as fuck. Like, look at his tiny head. Oh, wait, hold up. Why is there the Shrek? Who made Shrek into a Fennec Fox? Which one of you monsters have destroyed my peaceful R-ing at Fennecs? Moving forward, Zephyr is Blink swings if you shove them into a washing machine with a blank canvas. Otherwise known as Wish fursuits. I have really high expectations for this one though. It's very similar to myself, and obviously, this is the ideal look of perfection, right? Splatter patterns running from its nose to its back, pink with some blue and purple. I'm looking forward to this one. Now for our final one, the Regulus. Reguluses are short little things that struggle to reach the top shelf of any supermarket. Azure is to join these short kings, but unlike his height, for some reason, ChatGPT wanted to write a whole book about him. Azure's details were hidden in the personality, including a white mask painted into its face along with many tribal patterns. You have to try and pick up the tiny details within these lines. Even ChatGPT gave up and made a new one.
Wait, is it still going? It's making a bloody new one. It was like, that one isn't good enough, let's make another.
But we must see Azure through. We must not let our first short king fail. Also, with having a lot of blue surrounding pretty much the entire body, I needed to see it through. I have a bias for blue, okay? So how do we recreate this into VR chat? Well, of course you go to art school for 3 years, start drawing photo commissions for others, draw at least one penis, and then learn 3D painting. Or you do what I do and play Tetris because you forgot to download the Substance Painter files.
Oh!
Now my knowledge is fairly basic in Substance Painter, but I should be able to still do this.
Oh, it didn't work, it's just...
Oh no.
Okay, how do you draw patterns? Now, whilst I draw these, let's talk about what AI makes of these Fursonas. Because what would we do without a little bit of filler? I mean, Boruto does it, why can't I? Talking of filler, here's some more. If you like these VR chat videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. We've got some really fun content on the way. But, let's start with Ember. And drumroll, what does this AI think of this random Fursona? I made it into a reboot of How to Train Your Dragon, except Toothless's generic red dragon. It probably sits on the top of a gold supply inside a cave waiting to burn anyone who enters. Blah blah blah. Next. Now, onto our beautiful Fennec Fox and... What happened to you, Zephyr? Especially this bottom right one. It looks like it's got googly eyes. Like, what? Like, it doesn't even have the colors mentioned. The top left is the most accurate by far, but it still looks like it's getting choked out by Ninetales. Now, I understand that it's the free version, but I'm not paying $15 for 3 Fursona artworks, okay? I'm cheap. Even still, I cannot get over what they've done here. This one looks like one of those stretchy toys that you drop and it squishes. But here, it's specifically the skull. Move on. I can't see this anymore. Do I want to talk about Azure? Man looks like they got transformed into a My Little Pony character. Like, look at this. I can hear the My Little Pony intro as I look at it. But this isn't even close. They kind of removed everything that was in the description because they wanted to make Blue Dragon. Because they can. So now that we know what Dali can make, let's see what we can do. I mean, either way, we won't get this. The game plan was to keep these simple and as true to the description as possible. If we ever run into an issue, we could just run it back to ChatGPT, just to give us a speech about its user preference and your creativity. The one great thing about Substance Page is you have this little mesh tool. Can't draw a line straight because you're on a mouse or keyboard, or maybe just a raging homosexual? Mesh tool thingy. Simply press 4, click this, click that, and bam, color in between the lines. The only barrier we met along the way was Ember's golden pattern. So, I did what every person would do. Tetris again.
They put 10 kilo weights in the blocks.
Okay, now that that's done, simple fix is using Photoshop to change the black lines into gold and mass printing them on. And that completed Ember. Zephyr was very similar. Mesh tool thingy, draw a couple lines, and shoot it in the face and bang with multiple paintballs. Azure was quite different though. Instead of filling everything, most things were hand draw, or a PNG was used to print it onto the body. We gave it light to electric blue streaks aligned through the middle to give it a nice glow, and then just added spots to the tail because it looked pretty. Azure was also the only one to get emissions. We'll touch on that later. So, Dali made a monster. Multiple monsters. So what did we make out of ChatGPT's descriptions? Now we did make a few changes, and it might not be as exact as it can be, but we're as close as we're gonna get it. If this is gonna work. I haven't actually tested this. AI generated, baby. I think this one might be contention for the best one. I really like this one. It's basic, but it has depth, and I really like it. The colors match so well. But I would say this is a good avatar. No line for me. Oh, that's not working. Oh, that's definitely not working. Right, so the mouth isn't working. I look like I'm a bloody demented demon. Don't know what's happened there. Okay, so I'm gonna stand precisely still, okay? Precisely still, and I'm just gonna move my head around. Material good. But yeah, I think it looks alright. I don't like the fur texture at all.
The tail is a completely different shade to the body.
Oh, that's not right.
I missed the spot. you missed this spot.
What do you mean? Oh, that's kind of cool. I forgot to texture the teeth, but we can write that into the law. But overall, it's kind of cool. Like, maybe it's because I have a thing for Reguluses, and I like the Reguluses Fursona a lot. But this looks kind of clean. You know, the mask works a lot better than I thought it would. I mean, it seems a little bit untextured when I talk, but overall, it's not a bad go, honestly. Let's try the emissions. Like, the eyes are very cool in the dark, you know, just do-do-do-do. I look like a bloody blinker light. Oh, it's bloody creepy when there's nothing there. Hey guys, guess where my head is? Boom, boom. Definitely, I do like the gold look. It works. It works. Solid. And as we wrap up our adventures in the Fursona Matrix and pack our bags ready to never look at Zephyr art again, what did we learn? AI is surprisingly good at making Fursonas, as long as you give it the right prompt. But it's not as good as making them into creations. Leave that to the professionals.